Why, hello. Today we're doing some job quests. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Pugilist first. Ah, I swear, each time I see you, you remind me more of my younger self. At this rate, you'll like to transform into a handsome devil before the moon's over. Now then, I believe you're here to learn. Unfortunately, I'm in no condition to teach. This is rather embarrassing to admit, but in my eagerness to prepare for the big rematch, I've overtrained and thrown my back out. I tell you, old age is hell's. I feel Chitronto will have to tend to you in my stead. It seems the prospect of facing his old rival had lit a veritable fire under Master Hamon's backside. I am so relieved to see that he has a purpose again. Their trick now is to keep a lid on his zeal, lest he injure himself. But let us speak of your lesson. When you are ready, come and meet me at Little Amigo. I have a challenge in mind that you are certain to find stimulating. I've been waiting for you. Yo, today your training will be to prepare for Master Hamon's training. I brought with me a set of striking dummies. I want you to deploy them at certain locations. As you think this is a task of drudgery, the location is rife with peril. Your skills will most certainly be put to the test. By way of advice, if you must approach dangerous fiends, lightness of foot is your greatest ally. Off with you now. Yo, go set up those striking dummies. I shall await your return. Scheme didn't know I had flying. Huh. I don't think I've ever been here. If I have, I don't remember. Wait, how do I get out? Oh. Alright. That's... God damn it. Okay. Excellent work, y'all. All that's left to have Master Hammond come. All that's left to have Master Hammond come and train. Weird sentence. What are you doing here? That adventurer is a negative influence on Master Hammond. I'm gonna see to it that she never bothers him again. What are you talking about? Yo's the best thing that happened to Master in years. If you want a piece of her, you'll need to deal with me, too. Why, Rurukta? Why are you so bent on bringing down Master Hammond and seeing the golden ruins? You have it all wrong. I'm doing this for Master's own sake. It's true I left the guild for the shock of seeing Master in that pathetic state. And it's true I got involved with some unsavory types. But where else was I supposed to go? Me, a refugee without a guild to his name. But for all for all the ungrateful things I've done, I've never forgotten how Master Hamon took me and instructed me in ways of the first. This is why I want him to give up his foolish notion of facing Wagfar. You don't know what that man is like I do, Chuto. Should this fight come to pass, I fear Master won't walk away with his life. It doesn't matter that Master has grown weak and feeble. I just want him to live, even if it means having him swallowing his pride. Oh, Rukudata, why didn't you just say so? But now that I know your mind, I can say with confidence that you have no cause to fear. Yo is not the plague that you think she is. It's her will to succeed that's inspiring Master to regain his former strength. And when that day of the rematch finally comes, I have no doubt he will wallop the odious Wagfar to the seventh hell and back. I pray you're right, but whatever happens, know that I cannot help you. Not where I am. Chuto. Yo, I leave Master Haman in your care. Gods, that felt liberating. Trading blows with Rurukata and learning his true agenda. A great burden has been lifted off my chest. Let us return to the guild, Yo. You've had your training, and now it's time for Master Hamon's. Yeah, Old Daw's more popular than I give it credit for. Welcome back, Yo. I'm told you've kindly set up some dummies for me. But God's woman, did you have to put them in such dangerous places? To make matters worse, Trukudo's hidden my grog away and says I won't see a drop of it till I finish training. How the hell am I supposed to loosen my pilgrim now? Felgem now. That girl will make a fine guildmaster when the time comes. I heard about Rukuta as well, of course. For all his shortcomings, the boy has a good heart. But while his concern is touching, I won't run from Wagfar. Not today, and not ever. On that note, I'd best get ready for my little jaunt to Alamigo. If I can't face down a few mindless beasts, I'm in no shape to challenge Wagfar. Don't slack off, Yo, or I'll leave you in my dusty wake. Oh shit, these are actually good. Oh, I have to be level 26, okay. do. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, it's definitely the pants. Yo, I must apologize for my earlier behavior. At first, Sword, my duty is not to foster your growth as a gladiator, but to also protect you from dangers you are not yet ready to face. I did not know that Leovold had become the leader of the Alacran. Had he chosen to bear steel at us, many and more of us would have returned alive. I need to know why he's turned to a life of crime, and so I've ordered my best men to scour Thanalin for any trace of his whereabouts. Unfortunately, one of them has disappeared. I have strong suspicions that he has been taken prisoner by Alacran or worse. If there is any hope of saving him, we must act quickly. I would have you search for our missing comrade. He was last reported stated that he was tracking the Alacran near the Hammers in western Thanalin. If you go there, you may yet find some clues to his fate. I've been far too reckless in recent days and let too many good gladiators come to harm. Please, yo, find our missing comrade and bring him home safe. Oh, it's the way to ffxiv. Except we're going the opposite direction. I'll worry about fates off. It's a trap, sister. That's some fine swordsmanship, yo. Mila, the first sword certainly knows how to pick 'em. After all these years, I can't quite bring myself to call her that. See, I still remember when her father first brought her to the guild, a wee lass who cried at the sight of naked steel. But to look at her now, you'd swear she was born with a blade in her hand. Not like she had much of a choice but to rise to the occasion, though. What with all that trouble Aldous got into 7 years ago. Selfish bastard. He should have never. But enough of my rambling. I'll make my way back to Old Law after a short rest. You go on ahead and tell Mila that I'm fine. Yo, thank God you're alright. I heard all about the ambush at the Hammers. Excellent work. You've been invaluable to the guild, and I cannot thank you enough. In fact, I believe you deserve a not much needed rest. Take some time for yourself, and return when you have recuperated. But before you go, speak with Lulutsu. I believe she has a message for you. Ah, yo, the very gladiator I was seeking. Lean closer, for I would not have the others hear my words. Aldous sends his regards and requests you meet him at Lich Yard in Eastern Thanalin. Naturally, I have not divulged this information to the First Sword. As you may have gathered from their previous interactions, she's still rather upset with him, and would likely forbid any further association. Quite understandable, since she was clearly being groomed to become the next guildmaster before that horrible scandal. They would have made such a lovely couple. Forgive me, this is hardly an appropriate topic of conversation. Anyway, you have my word that the First Sword will not hear of any rendezvous from me. I like a woman who keeps me waiting and nurtures a sense of anticipation. It's been 7 years since Amelia's father was laid to rest here. He was mean and stubborn, an old algo through and through. But gods, when he danced with a sword in hand, it was pure poetry in motion. Mila's right. There's no way I can know what it was like for her back then, forced to replace her father under such terrible circumstances. And who might you be? Another of Levoid's lackeys. Master Levoid has been most distressed since learning of your return. This is unacceptable. Your master does not deserve your loyalty, kitten. When you've outlived your usefulness, he'll dispose of you like so many others. Believe me, I speak from personal experience. Say what you will, I will not be swayed. She looks awfully determined to kill me. Still, I'm not really in the mood to play. Mind stopping her, yo? You've gotten stronger. Good. I'm glad Mila has a woman like you to rely upon. She's her father's daughter, a leader of men, a true warrior, and an obstinate woman who lets her feelings cloud her judgment. Which is why she needs to be surrounded by dependable people who will give her good counsel and keep her temper in check. Now, more than ever, stick by her. She needs you more than she knows. I'll do what I can. Y'all are already separated. Thank you. I know this business will leave Vold and the Alacran has everyone on edge, but it's almost over now. You have my word. I owe it to her old man to put an end to this, to give him peace in Thal's realm by making that bastard Levoid finally answer for his crimes. Remember what I said, yo. Now go. She's probably wondering where you are. Why are you staring at me like that, yo? Is something the matter? You're behaving rather oddly. Well, I'm afraid I have no news regarding the Alarcran's movements. I remain confident that we will find him soon, though, so keep your blade sharp. Wait, I don't have any... Oh. for the rogue. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Oh, there you go. We've got a rough job ahead of us, and that's a fact. Matters are tangled enough with that Melodlas Mort snapping at our heels, but we still managed to gabble the first trinket without too much fuss. Fighting back them other two treasures, though, that'll be a different story. Once the stray gets here, I'll explain what, and more important to the point, who we're up against. Alright, we've got two battles left on the list. The Silver Sorrows and the Black Scarafragus. Let's see where we're at. Oi, where Perumi go to? Excuse me. Underfoot, he's still looking to whittle the tail behind that bleeding sarcophagus. Will not be cloying that stickler until we've at least an inkling as to what the bloody thing looks like. Treacherous aside, I've been doing some digging on me own into these executioner allies of the grinning curs, and I'm afraid the name weren't no coincidence. Yo, you've heard of the bloody executioners, I hope? It seems that them curs was feeding from the Fayumble, one of the nation's greatest pirate powers. This ain't no ordinary crew of cutthroats, lass. With the limbs of the loans of the bloody executioners wield a power and influence second only to the admirable herself. They was none too fond of mere or prohibition on piracy, and it was only that overwhelming threat posed by the Garlean Empire that eventually convinced them to play nice with the Thalassocracy. But pirates ain't one to play nice for long. Now that high lifts ain't around to show helm the ship, the solidarity of the bleeding executioners has begun to show cracks. All the strongest captains and lieutenants have begun to form their own factions and are scrambling to claim the top chair for themselves. Of course, not one bloody cove can agree with each other on which way the executioners ought to sail. Among these new factions, though, is a group what is pushing to break free the Admiral's grip completely. Turn out these reformists, as they call themselves, was the ones as took the grinning curs under their wing. which means they've got possession of the last two treasures. We have yet to cloy. Rumors around town say that even the executioners, these coves are bloody and ruthless and not to be crossed. We should sit this one out, Jake. Piss on Malila's contest, it ain't worth this kind of grief. We'd be inviting the wrath of a crew so large and dangerous that even the admirable ain't keen on coming blows with them. If they ever came after us. Large or small, it don't much matter. They broke the code when they hit that maelstrom tub. Aye, the grinning curs are paying for that crime, but we'd be poor sodding excuses for rogues if we let the real culprits carry on unpunished. I mean to see this job to the end. And that means biting back them treasures and handing out proper justice to them who as deserve it. But Jake, listen, with all the infighting going on at present, us stabbing a short blade into one faction still ain't like to bring the whole executioner crew down on our heads. Besides, the reformist buggers are so far split from the main mob that they've been avoiding the city altogether. Now, it's about time we get to work, yo. You're to track down our black market contact. I set him looking into the Cur's new allies a while back, so he should have some answers for us by now. The veil was lifted by a southern this morn. That'll put the old man at his haunt in Lower Lenoska. Here, take this sack of blunt and pay a visit to the House of Sticks. That's kobold territory, if you didn't know. The old man bribes him with ore and hires the biggest and meanest sods as bodyguards. Just be ready for your approach to be challenged. I know full sodding well what it means to be a rogue, but as deadly as our guild is, we're not to survive a war with the bloody executioners. The place I did fates to get to level 25 for these three classes. Welcome to the House of Six, young rogue. You must excuse my hireling's enthusiasm for greeting visitors. Now, have you any cumbersome baggage of which I might relieve you before we begin our conversation in earnest? Aha. A heavy burden for one of your tender years to bear, but its weight has balanced the scales. The sum is paid, and the deal is made. Let us speak of these reformists. This faction that so wronged the code now seeks to peddle one of its stolen treasures. The earrings better known as the Silver Sorrows. The deal, it is said, is set to take place at Castle de Sol. The buyer, a moneyed merchant from the golden sands of Ulda. The earnings will be out in the open. Vulnerable, I would target the moment of transaction were I so inclined. As the gentleman up there by the cabin appears to be, for he purchased this self-same information. Though he attempts to disguise his identity, the stench of a soldier yet lingers. I know not where one such as he came to learn of my existence, but I suspect he works for a certain yellow-coated captain. Ah, brave she is, but foolish. Stumble blindly into the underworld, and your groping hands will not save you from the holes at your feet. Sudden shall be your fall. Oh, okay. I was about to be like, where are all the people? I guess it's a pretty dead time. Where am I going? Yeah, jog's a thing. I guess in city states, I don't know. Welcome back, yo. What information did the old man have on them reformants? Looking to unload from earnings, are they? Them earnings, are they? And to the old Don, no less. Can't say as I'm surprised to hear the buyers from out of town, yet you won't find many Lomensians willing to melt coin on aught them coves are selling. Only the daftest of sods would go about funding them as means to pull the admirable. One of Milala's lackeys arrived at the house afore ye. How did they know to? Bah, them curs were captured must have crackled during the shrewd's interrogations. We'll have to assume the Yellow Jackets know what we know. And that means we'd best get our arses to Castle de Sol right bleeding now. I'll handle this one, Jake. You and Yo wait here for Primroom. Oi, ffxiv, what in the hell is she playing at? After her last, she knows this ain't a solo job. I told you to wait at the guild. I don't need. Well, it might be as I could use an extra more in the shadows after all. Jackie has his mind set on punishing the executioners, but me, I just want to skulk and cloy them silver bits and sulk out. I reckon that if I could manage that with one or with no one the wiser, then they wouldn't know to come after. Finish the job without drawing me daggers, you know? It ain't exactly true to the code, but the shield of Underworld's honor won't stop them bloody killers from cutting me mates' throats and setting the sisters a glimmer. The guild's the only place would offer to take a pirate stray like me. I'll not see it burn to the ground. The deal's about to start. Say the wid when ye been to head in. Alright, here's what we know. The rich merchant what's come over from Ulda is some old mate, Master Goju. The Cole as owns Castle de Sol. Gegeguru staking his guards and dancing dells and prance off down the beach someplace, giving over the use of the entire resort to this friend. Seems she didn't want an audience for her bargain with the reformists, which, as it happens, works out well for us. We'll wait until they're busy haggling over price, then snatch the sorrows on hop the twig before they realize all is miss. Sounds like a plan. There, the players have arrived. The reformist coin counter and the old on buyer are setting up on the southeast platforms. The earrings ought to be nearby. Hang about. Who are all these other calls? This place was meant to be empty. I see some nasty looking blokes in old on garb. And are those mammoths? The merchants brought along the whole brawdy entourage. I've gone and got ahead of myself. I should have realized the job never be that easy. Well, have to mill a few of them bodyguards first, I reckon. You don't want to fight through a forest of blades should you get caught sneaking up on them narrow walkways. Jake, I thought I'd stow your excuses, love. I know full well what you were about. You start going soft on us, though, and it'll be like losing one of me arms. I can't take the bloody executioners all by myself. It's only 'cause I've got rogues like you and Underfoot and Neo here that the guild can take the job it does. What our coves walk When our crows walk the shadows, it's the bleeding pirates what do the trembling. Remember that, ffxiv. We ain't some two gill robbers who piss their breeches when their daddles are caught in the honey pot. We're the knives in the dark man's, and no bastard wants to go blade to blade with the likes of us. I guess you not changed your mind then. You'll need the stabbers you can get off, and I promise mine'll be there when you need them. Bean, now let's carve a path to that platform and bite back them earrings. ffxiv. You hide yourself down in the docks in case the marks escape during the fighting. Yo, you and me'll split up and mill the guards as we go. It's them puppets as concern me most. I suggest you caution little buggers before they can spring any rum on. Creep in close as you dare, then give him a good solid clout from behind. It ain't the most original strategy, but that'll make it any less lethal. Once you're done with the first group, slip back into the shells and move on to the next. Not to it, eh? I'll head over to the back while you start from the front. Let's wrap this up before the jackets splinter and scare off our marks. See you there. Missing so much. Rogues. No one mentioned aught about rogues. What in the hells do you think you're doing? I am conducting a business transaction on behalf of the bloody executioners. Do you understand what that means? Do you know what they'll do to you? I'm all frightened. Odd then that you're the one who's shaken. It don't much matter to me who you work for. Your bosses broke the code, and then we're here to collect. Those be the silver sorrows then. I'm sure you've paid a craven or coin for them shiny baubles, but I doubt they're worth your life. Let's have them then. Wait, damn you. You should know that this personage is an extremely influential member of the East Algernon Trading Company. Surely you've heard of it. If the threat of reprisal will not stay your hand, then consider the political ramifications of interfering with a foreign dignitary. The Admiral would not desire you to damage Limsa's relations with Ulda. Yes, exactly. I am very highly placed in Uldan society. I have powerful friends who would not be pleased you were here to mistreat me in any fashion. And you must understand, the silver arrows are a historical treasure, a gift once bestowed upon Sultan Nanasha ul Nasha by her champion. The earrings were later stolen from the royal vault, and we lost hope of ever recovering them. That I might so easily purchase them thus is a miracle. The return of these trinkets will be, the sorrows must be returned to Old Da. Can you not look the other way for the sake of this nation's pride? You must thank me for some dull-witted thug. This deal's being made on behalf of your country. Then why are you sneaking about on consorting with pirates? An excellent point. One might doubt your quality of character were you to continue with these feeble fabrications. You need only entrust those earrings to me, should you truly wish to see them returned to Ulda. That is, after all, 'twas to fulfill that very purpose that the Thalakosari bid on the sorrows in the first place. Bit late there, aren't you, Captain? I think you all agree this round belongs to us. On the contrary, my dear scoundrel, I made the winning move the moment I knew we were dealing with a merchant of Ulda. I come bearing an official order of seizure, authorized by the Admiral herself. You will not be harmed, but I must insist that you cooperate with this reclamation of the unlawfully obtained goods. Though Costa del Sol is a private property, it nevertheless lies within state-governed territory. Come along quietly, and we need not inconvenience Master Gedgeru any further. These suspects will be taken into Yellow Jacket custody, and do not concern yourself with the silver arrows. They will be quite safe with me. She evil? I heard the news from Jake. I don't think that was the Admiral choosing to side with Melila, though. Probably just eager to reclaim the silver arrows sorrows. Anyway, that bit about them being quarried from Royal Vault turns out to be true. Seems some famous burglar went after him once he heard about the godlike agility they was said to bestow upon the wearer. The hells take that canary-colored harpy. We might as well have handed the thing store on a velvet cushion. I'll go find Underfoot and help him with his digging. There's still that last treasure out there, and you can be sure the reformists won't be giving it up without a fight. Aye, you do that. Been luck to you, love. Ah, there you are. You left before events had truly been decided, and I thought you deserved to know the score. The Oldon merchant has requested to our request and surrendered the silver sorrows into our keeping. We've also apprehended the reformist accountant, and will be holding him for further questioning. Oh, Bonin, an associate of the bloody executioners. You Yellow Jackets don't flinch from your duty, I'll give you that. And what's this I hear about you buying information, Captain? I thought you'd sooner die than associate with elements of the underworld. I will do what I must to stay ahead in this challenge, and that Marketeer's knowledge was vital in the case. 'Tis true I might find his practices distasteful, but he is no pirate. It is the fading era of piracy, which means I mean to consign to the history books, and that chapter will never be fully closed until every pirate spawn relic, including you and your guild, becomes a thing of the past. Valiant and forthright, these are the words by which the Yellow Jackets lived. It is the manner in which we protect Limsa Lamonza. I swore an oath on the graves of my sisters. No more shall the innocent suffer at the hands of these savage buccaneers, these unrelenting killers. And a grand oath it is. Me, I've got my family's full keeping the code intact. But the code is kind of an oath too, when you get down to it. And since I've sworn to uphold it, I've no intention of stepping aside and letting you trample all over me for me coves. In fact, you'd be better off giving in now before matters get proper serious. Just say you're sorry, admit defeat, and we'll leave it at that, eh? Your audacity knows no bounds. I'm done wasting words. I shall reclaim that last treasure, then I will look on victorious as your guild is dismantled brick by brick. Ah, that's the spirit, Captain. Just don't forget to keep an eye on them earrings. The city's crawling with rogues, you know. You can't keep the sorrows in a bloody lockbox in Coral Tower, but look away for a moment, and one of me coves will bite them beauties right back. Come on, yo. It's back to the sisters for us. Well, after all that hard work, the shrew made off with the spoils. And as far as their damn contest goes, I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the last treasure of this black sarcophagus that decides the victor. Hold on one moment. Okay. I suppose that makes us even. It'll be the last treasure of this black sarcophagus that decides the victor. Whatever the reformists are doing to keep it, Bob, you can bet your grandmom's teeth there'll be in some blade work needed. There'll be some blade work needed before this job is done. Get yourself ready for a proper scrap, yo. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you as always. And I hope to see you in the next one. Whatever that one might be. Peace.